welcome back to Double Scoop.
Welcome back.
We missed you. It's been a week,
Yeah, long week.
but we're here coming to you from our back patio because we are finally in some really good weather. The pollen has cooled off, chilled out,
And it feels so good out here.
but what we really wanted to talk to you today is not about the weather, but really, can you trust everything you see on the internet about diet and exercise?
Absolutely not.
And for the purposes of this video, we are going to be talking primarily through the lens of losing weight because I think that is the most common niche that fitness influencers tend to kind of find themselves in.
Yeah, absolutely. The lose weight quick, the abs in 30 days, whatever. I lost 15 pounds in a month. Yeah.
Because I think that is the easiest statistic to manipulate.
Yeah. Let us preface this. We're not doctors. We're not personal trainers. We're not the go-to subject matter experts. None of that. But we are mindful of all of the BS that's online.
Yeah. And speaking as two people who have just been on a multi-year journey, multi-decade journey between the two of us, you know, we've seen a lot and heard a lot, and we've gone through the process on our own. So I definitely think that makes us qualified in saying at least we are able to recognize crap on the internet.
Yes.
And if we can help you also recognize crap and steer you in a more healthy direction, then that's our goal.
Absolutely. I think for me, the biggest red flag on social media, all social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, the get ripped quick, the ripped in 30 days, or the abs in 30 days, or the lose 100 pounds in 2 months. It's all BS.
Yes.
Not gonna happen. No matter who you are, no matter how many steroids you take, whatever, no matter whatever drugs.
There's
nothing.
no tea, there's no detox, there's no workout plan that you can follow, there's no meal plan. For you to safely lose weight and sustain being able to keep it off or to build muscle and it be in a healthy way that is sustainable long term, there is no get quick fix.
Absolutely
get
not.
Quick fix?
Get fixed quick. Get fixed quick. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
Of course they're tempting, right? You see the thumbnails where a dude shows or a girl shows, you know, they have a little bit of a gut or some flabby arms or something, and then the before and after, the after is massive muscles or a 6-pack, a 10-pack, you know, whatever. It's very, very tempting, and that's how they get you in. They get you with a click. It's all clickbait. They get you in, they get the views, they get the money, whatever.
So it's really all tempting, but none of it is realistic. And you just need to be aware that they're just trying to lure you in, they're trying to get you money, and that's not it. So it's really important to evaluate the sources.
Yeah, absolutely. So consider where it's coming from. Consider, is this person just some random person online? Or is this like some doctor of exercise science? Or, you know, consider the source. That's the biggest thing. Who is this coming from? Is this a certified person, accredited person?
One thing I've noticed when I'm looking at different like influencer profiles online, if somebody has like legit accreditation, they will let you know.
Absolutely.
So you will see on their profiles like registered dietitian, certified personal trainer, you know, and their accrediting organization like NASM is one of them, for example. If you don't see any of those on an influencer, for example's profile, and you're considering buying a program from them, whether that be working out, or like a nutrition diet program, if you don't see any legit accreditations, then I would be a little bit leery of the information that they're giving you. Not 100%. Saying that it would be bad information off rip, but there are so many places you can go to get counseling and advice, feedback, whatever, from somebody who has gotten certified in this field.
Yeah. And I would even say not necessarily in their description, because a lot of people don't read the description of a channel they're watching or something like that. Usually they even say it. Like in their intro.
But I think if you're about to hit purchase on a program, you should look around and do your due diligence on this person, on their profile, their website, where are they selling you this material.
Yeah, yeah. And don't just rely on the dramatics. Everyone wants to make this dramatic change, this dramatic proclamation. It's all unrealistic, unattainable. Do your research.
Yeah. Basically, you just can't rely on anecdotal advice from people who, oh, I tried this program and it worked for me. Yeah. You can pay people to say that. I would not trust that at all.
Absolutely. So what can you trust? Basically, trust the basics. Trust your instincts. What are the basics? Meat, fruits, vegetables, whole grains.
Really whole foods.
They're generally healthy, right?
They are. And my favorite trick is when I'm grocery shopping, and I think I've said this to you before, we shop the outside of the store. So when you walk into whatever your grocery store is, generally produce, and then you have your meats, and then you have your dairy. It's all the outside of the store. Once you start going up and down the aisles, that's when you find a lot more of the processed foods.
Right. Absolutely. Excess sugars, the refined carbs, all of that stuff, like you said, on the inside of the store, it's not benefiting you. It's not serving you well. So really, just trust the basics.
And I was just going to say, in those basics, there's just unlimited benefit to a balanced diet and regular physical activity, whether that's walking, whether that's actually going to a gym. I'm going to take the stairs instead of the elevator at work today. Whatever that may look like, there is so much good to that, and there is research backing that. It would behoove you to stick to it.
Absolutely. The balanced diet, regular physical activity, and we're not even saying 7 days a week. We're not even saying 5 days a week. If you get 3 days a week, great, good for you. If you take the stairs at work a few days a week, awesome. If you make it to the gym a few days a week, awesome.
Because on the flip side, trying to start and stick to an extreme diet, an extreme exercise regimen is just not sustainable. You're going to burn out, and you're going to probably relapse in some of those habits you were trying to break.
Absolutely.
And regain more than what you might have lost.
Yeah, and I would say, I think a lot of people get sucked in where if they see something online or any social media type thing where they're like, oh, try this extreme diet, extreme fasting, or only eat one meal a day.
This detox.
Do this detox powder. Or whatever. It's not realistic. You are not going to stick to that.
No.
And sure, you may lose a ridiculous amount of weight in a few days, but you cannot survive on starving yourself 15 hours a day and having one small meal at the end of the day before you go to bed.
No.
That's not realistic.
It's really not.
So, how do you lose weight realistically?
It's calories in versus calories out. You have got to be in a caloric deficit over an extended period of time to lose weight.
That's it.
And any detox, tea, meal plan that convinces you that that's not it, they are tricking you into being into that caloric deficit so that you lose weight.
Absolutely.
But the trick is to set a deficit that is still sustainable for a long period of time. If your, typical daily intake where you're just maintaining weight is 2,600 calories a day, start with a deficit of 2,300.
Yeah.
Something very sustainable, something easy to do. Just a couple tweaks in probably your day-to-day choices would easily put you there. And that's something you're not going to feel hungry. You'll still feel satiated.
Yep.
And that is where you can start to see a difference.
Absolutely. And this brings up a point for me that a lot of things are like, a lot of diets, programs, whatever, they're like, oh, stick to a diet 6 days a week, and then on the 7th day have a cheat day. Cheat days can be detrimental to your diet. If you are in a caloric deficit, say 300 calories a day for 6 days, what is that? That's 1,200 calories over the week, over the 6 days. Then on the 7th day, you just absolutely gorge yourself.
Balls to the wall.
Just all out. Pizzas and nutty bars, because I love nutty bars. Ice cream, all this stuff. If you go to the extreme and eat 1,500 calories above on that 7th day, you completely destroyed everything you did in those 6 days. The one cheat day can be okay, but don't take it to such an extreme that you obliterate the 6 days of progress that you made.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall into that trap.
I mean, I think it's a fine line for sure.
Always is, always is. But of course, on the 7th day, have a little something. Treat yourself. Do like a oatmeal cream pie. Those are delicious too. Yeah. But don't just go nuts. That's so detrimental to all the progress you made in those first 6 days.
So I think this really just, again, all this to say, it comes back to trusting the basics and really understanding the fundamentals of what really will move the needle and make progress. I'm friends with a girl, and I remember talking with her one day, and she was saying, and she really didn't understand like calories in versus calories out. She's like, oh, I don't understand, why I'm not losing weight. But then when you look at what she's eating a salad like covered in ranch dressing, with fried chicken on top.
Yep.
That's just an example, like not drinking like a lick of water, never working out, or just maybe eating, oh, I have for lunch was chips and salsa. Like that's just not, you're not fueling yourself properly.
Not at all.
So it's really up to yourself, I think, to educate yourself on really the metrics that you should be tracking for your body.
Yes.
Like what is your calories that you need to be in maintenance, and then from there you can calculate a deficit.
Yeah, absolutely. Do your research, because we're bigger people. We've been very open about that. I'm 6'4", Janine is 6'1".
Our numbers will not be the majority.
Janine's one of Janine's really good friends who you saw a video on last week with us. She's only 5'2", 125 pounds. The calories she needs to sustain daily are way less than what Janine needs. So do your research. There's so many calculators online. You just Google it. Research how many calories you need to maintain, and then from there you can decide where you can cut back, get into your deficit, and make sure you burn the calories you need if your goal is to lose weight, of course. And just go from there. Consult professionals before you make any big significant changes.
And this isn't to say that everybody on social media is spreading misinformation. There are so many credible resources out there, and I follow many of them, and I find them super inspiring. And I think there is someone out there for everyone that you can relate to, that you can identify with, that does put out really good, helpful information. And follow a couple of those to give you just a more well-rounded perspective. Don't just take what one person says and like ride off into the sunset with that.
Follow several resources. Janine and I are very different. I'm much older. I'm trying to gain a little bit, but I'm trying to gain weight. We have different goals. So follow the credible sources and educators that work for you. Have a well-rounded perspective. Make sure you do your research, and don't jump on the bandwagon of quick fixes or anything like that. It'll only make things worse for you, unrealistic expectations, and not just bad health-wise. Mentally, that'll mess with you. Like, oh, this person got it done.
Standards that you're never going to hit because they're not real. The amount of influencers that are actually taking drugs and lying about it just to sell a program or a detox or a tea or some, whatever. And I've even had some friends like purchase meal plans and workout plans from these people. And she's like, I was so disappointed in spending this money because I could clearly tell it was not tailored to me like they said it was. It was just copied and pasted, and it was just very, kind of piss poorly done.
Absolutely.
So be skeptical in, what you see, and that's not a bad thing. But,
not at all.
But trusting the basics and understanding where those fundamentals really come from, I think will really have you judge and critique what you see with just a better mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't be trusting right off the bat. Just be skeptical, trust your instincts, trust the basics, and go from there. I think is the biggest message we can share. Please share some things with us. Share your experiences. Share your own tips. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you've been through. We'd love to hear what has worked for you so that we can share with our viewers.
I'd love to hear what your biggest red flag is when you are looking at fitness influencers online and you're like, this person is a load of crap. What was it that jumped out at you? Just let us know.
Yeah. And for the record, we don't want to call out specific influencers. No. We're not going to do that. Mm-mm. But if there is a red flag, point it out. Share it with us. Double scoop. Ow.